This is John for Global Women's Sports Radio. Today, I have the pleasure of being on the beat with boxer Kayla Gomez. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Hi, everybody.
I am doing great. It's good to talk to you. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Now, let me start off. I know your trainers are your mother and your grandmother. So you're coming from a boxing family. Does that put extra pressure on you to box?
No, it actually makes me more comfortable because this is what I've always wanted to do. So they just add to, my success. They help me with anything that I need help with, and I feel comfortable with them. So,
And have you got any flack from people who say, like, you're a woman, you've got two women in your corner? Do you get any kind of criticism that there should be a man there?
in the beginning, we did when, like I was just a regular amateur boxer. Then when I started getting national titles, world championships, they're like, oh, wow, like you're actually doing it. And I'm like, yeah, like women can do so much in the sport. So I'm glad I could show that.
No, you guys are excellent role models for everybody. So when did you realize that you wanted to be a boxer, and when did you realize that you could actually really do well in it?
Um, when I was 9 years old, I really wanted to box. I saw a 2012 documentary on the Olympics, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. I want to do that. So ever since then, I just always wanted to be Olympian in boxing. And I don't know how or what boxing what, like how to do it, but I knew I was going to get there somehow. And I'm here right now and I'm just so grateful. I'm blessed. So
Well, you're more than there. You're killing it out there. I know.
thank
I know. I have to get the title right, so I'm going to look at my notes just for it. You were the first junior Pan Am Games female flyweight champ.
you. Yes.
That's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
So when you started racking up medals and everything like that, you're young. So when you started racking up medals, like what did the kids in school say?
Um, well, I was doing a lot of things at that time. That's where I earned most of my national titles and most of my accomplishments. So they were kind of like, they didn't believe me until it was spread out into like, everywhere around the US. And they were like, wow, you actually did this. And I'm like, yeah. So,
They ever ask for your autograph or to see the medals or anything?
yeah, they did actually.
Yeah,
So
I read.
nice.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's nice, like that recognition from my people. It's like, wow, that's cool.
Oh gosh, yeah, I can't imagine that. Now, I read somewhere that there was some bad stuff on social media. As a young person, how do you deal with social media? Because people could be cruel. There's a lot of supporters out there, but there's also the bad side. So how do you
Yeah.
deal with it?
I've always wanted to do this, so it's my, I can live my life the way I want, or I can let people tell me the way to live my life. And I'm loving life. I'm living it. I'm being successful, so that's all that matters to me. I mean, all the hate or whatever, it's like, like bless them, because like I'm living it up, and it's just like that's how I think about it. Like their opinion doesn't affect me.
That's a very good attitude. It would be a great world if everybody had that attitude. We'd all get along a lot better.
I mean, it's you live one life, so you have to live it the best way.
So, who would you say were your role models in boxing? Would it be your aside from your mom and your grandmother?
Um, Back in the day, I used to have a team, and I had a lot of teammates, and they were so accomplished, so amazing, and so young, and full of just talent. And they kind of just let it out the window. And I just, as a young girl, I would see that, and I'd be like, wow, like they're so talented, and they're not like doing what they love. And then now they're not doing it anymore. And it's like they could have done so much things with it. They were so talented, and I don't want to let my talent go like that. So
And how will it feel for you now? You're doing all this. Obviously, you're going to be a role model for younger boxers, especially younger women boxers on their way
mhm.
up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would say Clarissa Shields has done so much for the sport. I really look up to her. I mean, only having 7 fights, getting a gold medal, 2 gold medals, and it's just I love it. Like that's what I want to accomplish one day.
A gold medal in
Like,
the Olympics.
yes.
And like, what is the path to that?
I'm carving my path right now. Pan American Games, getting there slowly, and that 2024, I believe, is when I can actually, you know, go over there and see if I get to make it. So
No, with your mom and your grandmother as boxers, do they ever tell you like how much more opportunity you have now than they had when they were just starting out?
yes, they tell me that all the time. They tell me never waste your dream, you know, because I mean, my grandma, my mom were very talented, and they'd be like, and we didn't get to do what we loved, you know, and you get to when we support you. So go all the way, and if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But if you do it all the way. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just living my dream, and I'm gonna try to push it as far as it goes.
And I always ask, whenever I interview a boxer, I always want to know, when you step in the ring, do you want to do you want to throw the first punch? Do you want to connect the first punch, or do you like getting hit first to kind of get it out of the way, or does it depend on the fight?
Um, I like to punch first, always. I like to punch first. Or
Okay.
like, you know, if I'm not punching, I'm either doing a defensive move to, you know, not get hit, but I wouldn't want to feel the punch. I already know what a punch feels like, you know, so I'm just trying to get in there and, you know, do what I
Would
need to
you?
do.
And what kind of style would you describe your boxing style as?
Um, I start off really aggressive, but I can adapt to the situation. I can box as well. If like let's say there's another aggressive person and we're just smothering each other, I'm gonna start okay backing up and boxing you with pressure. So I can do a little bit of both. I just adapt to my environment.
And what's your training schedule like? When you're not, when you don't have a fight to prepare for, what is your regular training schedule?
You know, I always try to keep my conditioning at a manageable level so I can, you know, when the time is right, I can always like step it up. I'm always running, strength and conditioning, boxing. But when I do have a fight coming up, I push it to the extreme and I start doing it every day, like sprinting, everything, strength and conditioning. It just, I guess, it extremes, you know, it gets
Like, like how
extended.
far? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it just like, you know, it gets better as the time goes.
Well, like how far in advance of a fight would you really start kicking it in and really start, training a lot harder?
A month.
A month? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a fight scheduled now? Do you have one coming up?
The National Golden Gloves is coming up, so I think that will be like my first fight of the year.
And
So
do you know when that is?
I believe March 17th.
So
So
so you're gonna start, or have you already started kicking in for that fight?
yes,
Oh, okay. Do you know where the fight, where that is, and do you know who your opponent is?
Fort Worth, and I don't know who my opponents are yet, but I'm ready.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Thank
So,
you.
so when you're not training, and I obviously you at school and when training, when you have a few minutes of free time, what do you like to do just to relax or to unwind or to get away from stuff?
I love to hike. I just love to work out in general. I guess doing boxing and working out every day just got me in love with what I do. So I love to work out. I love to skateboard, be in nature, and if not, I like to sleep honestly because I'm always out working out. So I like to sleep and just, you know, enjoy my time.
And after a fight, after a fight, how long do you take time off after a fight to let your body heal, to let your mind heal?
I do about a week.
About a week, okay. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, where are you right now? Like what city or town or?
I'm in El Paso right now,
Oh.
but I was honestly about to go run, and then I remembered I had an interview, and I was like, "Oh shoot!" You know, so I was gonna go run right now.
Well, I appreciate your time. Have you been to a lot of places outside of the El Paso area? And like
Oh yeah.
what would be like your dream spot to go to?
Mm, my dream spot to go to would probably, I don't know, Miami. I would always want to go there, Miami.
And is there any
Like,
special place you would love to box? Like I know, I've always heard Madison Square Garden is the place to have a big boxing match. Is there any place in your mind that you would like to box?
I would honestly say Madison Square Garden. Like
Oh,
that's amazing.
I got one right. How about that?
Yeah,
Well,
that'd be
Kayla,
amazing.
Kayla, I really appreciate your time. I wish you a lot of luck in your fight. We're going to be following your career. We would love to come back and talk to you after the fight and follow you all the way into the Olympics, because I really believe you're going to get there. And it's going to be a fun ride watching you get all the way there.
Thank you so much for the support. It's an honor, to be here and you recognizing me. And I'm grateful for people like you that support me.
Well, we
It means
do.
the most.
We do, and Global Women's Sports Radio is going to continue following you. And with that, I will let you get out to your run, do whatever you want to do, have fun, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, and you too.
Thank you, Kayla. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.